This is David Goggins, a retired Navy SEAL, the former world record holder for the most amount of pull-ups done in one day, ultra-marathon runner, and just a general all-round mega unit. And this is me, an unfit, unmotivated 25-year-old who's been basically couch-bound for the best part of the last 3 months. Recently, I reviewed David Goggins' book Can't Hurt Me and spoke about some of the lessons he talks about in that book. Reviewing it reminded me of the initial impact that book had on me, and to be honest, it just made me want to try and be a little bit better again. So I decided I was going to work out like David Goggins for 30 days straight. First up, running. No David Goggins challenge would be complete without some form of running, so I'm not going to be running any marathons, but I am going to be running 5k every day with no rest days. Next up, pull-ups. As the former world record holder for the most amount of pull-ups done in one day, they had to make the list, so I'm going to be doing 100 pull-ups every single day for 30 days. And finally, push-ups. Synonymous with the military and just a general, all-round great exercise, I feel push-ups really speak to David's ethos more than any other exercise. Life's going to push you down. Life's going to push your face into the ground. It's up to you to push yourself back up and keep moving forward. So I'm going to be doing 100 push-ups every day for 30 days. With that being said, let's get into the challenge.
I'm just a little over halfway, and my lungs feel like there's fire in them, and I can't get a full breath. Oh my god, this is only 5k. That was so hard, like massively concerned now how much I've signed myself up for. I was expecting like the reality to kick in on maybe like day 3 or day 4. I had to stop twice. I would push a bit further and then I was literally like, you are about to throw up. And to think this isn't even 10% of what he does normally. It's day 2, 1 day in, and my body is just broken. Or it feels that way. My muscles like reaching to turn my phone on this morning, just extending my arm, my biceps, like screaming, and then pulling it back to me, they were screaming even more. Just incredibly daunted. The fact that I've got to do it all over again today.
To say day 1 and day 2 were a struggle is a massive understatement, but from day 3 onwards, at least the running started to get a little bit more manageable. I knew if I was going to cross the finish line on day 30 in one piece, patience and consistency rather than speed were going to be key. I just had to focus on getting the run done. It didn't matter how long it took. Over the following days, I began to appreciate the thinking time that running was giving me. Just 25 to 30 minutes every day just to be alone with my thoughts and get my head straight. I was challenging myself physically and mentally, but I still hadn't shaken my old habit of making excuses.
You know, before I went for this run, I filmed a little segment. I don't know if I'm going to put it in the video, but I filmed a little segment where I was basically making excuses, saying that this is the first day I'm back in work at the challenge and I'm wondering if I'm going to be tired. And then I went out, started my run, and it was cold at first. And then I passed a man about halfway through who was going for his run, but he was pushing a pram with his child in it. And I just thought to myself, I wonder if he makes excuses before he comes out. And I don't think he probably does. That's a man that's just getting after it, no matter what he's got in front of him. And it just made me realise that there's going to be a million reasons never to do it. You just got to remember why you're doing it, and just get out there and do it. And I'm glad I did that today. I'm glad I got out there and I got it done.
Excuses aside, the running seemed to be going well. But what about the pull-ups and the press-ups? The initial plan was to do 10 sets of 10 of each, roughly on the minute every minute, so it should have took me about 10 to 20 minutes. Reality kicked in and threw that plan straight out of the window on day 1 when I realised I could barely do 5 pull-ups unassisted. The press-ups were okay, I was definitely rusty, but I knew it was going to be the pull-ups that were going to kick my arse. I resorted to using resistance bands to help me in doing the pull-ups. They were only thin and had no real resistance rating on them, and even with their help, doing 100 pull-ups was still taking me the best part of an hour and a half every evening to complete. Not ideal, but no matter what, I wasn't leaving that bar until I'd got my 100 done. About halfway into the challenge, I had a mindset shift. I stopped seeing the exercises like chores and began to appreciate just how amazing it was that I'd even gotten this far. My mind started to wonder just how much more I could do with my body, if only I applied myself.
Just got back from day 13's run. It was unlucky for some, but must have been lucky for me. That was my fastest one yet. There's something addicting about it. Like, the more I'm doing it, the more it's sinking its claws in. I'm out there and I'm running. And every day I'm reaching the halfway point to turn around. And every day something in my head's going, go a little bit further. And like, I think one of these days I probably will. I'm out there and I'm thinking, when this challenge is done, what next? Maybe just do a triathlon. I'll have a Google when I get in, is it safe to swim in the Thames? Probably not. I'll probably come out with an extra arm or something, but there's something to be said about it. I never really felt the endorphins, and then you have a moment like this where you think it's going to be slow, you start trying to tell yourself you're going to be slow, and then you get home and check the time and you just bossed it, and you can feel yourself bossing it. You can feel yourself powering up the hills where you'd usually take a second to get a breather. It feels good, man, feels good. Day 13, and lucky for some, not today.
People say on average it takes 66 days to form a habit, but by the second half of this challenge, I could definitely feel these exercises becoming part of my daily routine. I was running quicker 5Ks, I was being way more efficient with the push-ups and the pull-ups. 100 pull-ups, 100 press-ups done, gone from set to 5 to set to 10. And as the last day of the challenge approached, I was in a way better state of mind physically and mentally than where I was when I started the challenge. It's day 30, it's the last day, it's raining outside, it's going to keep raining all day. I don't think this would have been a proper David Goggins challenge if something didn't go wrong on the last day, so we're just going to roll with it. I want to finish this challenge strong, so I doubled the amount of press-ups I've done today, and I did the pull-ups unassisted. The last thing I need to do is do the run, and I'm doubling that from a 5K to a 10K. It's nothing crazy, but I haven't done one in a really long time, so I will be really excited to see what happens, especially in these weather conditions.
When you really sit back at your life and you are in that dark room and you're looking at where you started from.
My body is just broken.
My God, man. And then you put a goal in your mind. How are you going to feel, man, when you accomplish this goal?
Day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7.
You gain knowledge through suffering. And on the other end of suffering is a world that very few have ever seen.
Day 8, day 9, day 10, day 11.
It's a beautiful world because that's where you find yourself.
Day 12, 13, 14, 15, halfway.
Only way, I believe, this is my experience in life, the only way you're ever going to get to the other side of this journey
16, 17, 18
is you have got to suffer to grow.
19, 20, 21.
We are all great. It just, you got to find the courage. You got to find the courage to put your Bose headphones on and silence the noise out of this world and to find it. All the energy and fuel you need is right in yourself. It's all there. You got a lot of stuff to do to overcome. And that's the most powerful thing in the world. When you can find drive in your own doubt, fear, insecurities, you become very unstoppable. There is no perfect time to start. You gotta start now with changing your life. You gotta do your best work when you're least motivated. Put challenges in front of yourself. When you put a challenge in front of yourself and you attack it, that's when you find inspiration. You're never done. Don't stop when you're tired.
Stop when you're done. 10K in the bag. And there we have it, 30 days, 155 kilometers, 3,000 press-ups and 3,000 pull-ups later. challenge completed. A lot of lessons learned along the way doing this, and stuff I'm definitely going to take with me going forward. If you've made it this far in the video, drop a like down below. Drop a like just for my knees. They took a battering doing this, so drop a like for them, and while you're down there, consider subscribing to the channel. And in the meantime, I will catch you in the next one. Take it easy. Peace.